Good day. Rock O'Connor, Jesuit priest and retreat leader now. As we approach the Lenten retreat, I want to talk to you about ideals and ideals that are often recommended for Lent. Before I get there, I want to talk about how I believe, how I perceived ideals function. Ideals, so here are some. To be serene instead of angry, to be humble instead of proud, to be even keel, having an equanimity about me instead of envy, or kind of a satisfied appetite instead of gluttony, chaste instead of lust, and so on. These and other ideals are proposed by the church in Lent, and all kinds of us, different kinds of temperaments and everything, receive the ideals according to the way we operate in the world and receive and deal with ideals. So, I have, for the longest time, lived ideals this way. So let's take humility and pride. Don't be proud, be humble. Oh, okay. I want to be humble. I pray for humility. I want to be humble. Make me humble, oh God. As I have approached ideals like that one in my life, what I found is they've become tyrannical. In this sense, ideals are great. They set the bar high. They lead me into a future I cannot imagine in terms of being humble. They become tyrannical in this sense. The more I talk about an ideal like humility, I need to, I must, I should be humble, I ought to be humble, I intend to be humble, I want to be humble, and all that stuff like that. Hasn't gotten me humble. Just hasn't. I've met people in confession over 40 some years who have confessed to being proud and asked for the grace of humility and sought that, but had no way to get there except by the strength of intention or by the strength of getting psyched up about it all. Come on there, you got to get out there and be humble. Come on. I'm going to be humble. I'm going to be humble. And like in a homily or a sermon or in a worship service or whatever, let's get all people singing about humility. We all go, I'm humble, I'm nobody, I suck, I'm terrible. Hasn't helped me. Though I have lived, and probably still do in ways I don't see in my life, I've lived my life like that. Here's what I perceive about ideals. They set the bar really high, and in business language it says, at 30,000 feet. Maybe it's like 90 billion miles away. An ideal is out there, like getting in shape. You know what that's like? Going on a diet. You know what that's like? Ideals are, let's say, 30,000 feet. An ideal received by the people of God, by the body of Christ, by individuals like you and me, it's at 1 foot above sea level. It's right here. Or maybe it's below sea level, whatever. I have attempted to leap over my life as it is by attempting to inhabit in my mind and in my excitement and in the wonders about getting high about being humble. I haven't gotten anywhere. I've tried to get excited about about that, about serenity, about generosity, about purity, about humility, about equanimity, and all that. At least for me, it hasn't worked. So here's what I propose, that it's on the ground, whether it's 1 foot above sea level or, the Mariana Trench, like some of us feel like at times, the deepest place in the world, in the seas. The more I can inhabit my humanity as I am, right here, right now. What I get to see is the discrepancy between the ideal that I wish to inhabit and long to inhabit, long to live it out, and my lived reality. Now, in simple language, that's just called hypocrisy. Terrible word, but it's true. I don't live up to what I profess, do you? What I'm finding more and more now is to be present to the particularity of the way I receive these ideals during Lent. It could be fasting, almsgiving, and prayer. I'm going to pray for 3 hours a day, I won't, unless God gives it to me. But inhabiting where I'm at now and saying, I'm not humble. And that the only way to get from the pride I inhabit is through pride and the roots of my pride. So, for example, I feel inadequate, unworthy, alone, afraid, which are some of the roots, not all of them, but the roots of my pride, my arrogance. And by inhabiting that place and becoming open to encounter Christ there, not in my ideal self, not in my, best self, but here I am. Oh Lord, encounter me here, meet me here, help me engage you right here where I'm at. So that's what I want to propose about a way to look at ideals as we come up toward this Lenten time, because I'm going to talk about fasting, almsgiving, prayer as ideals, and invite whoever makes this retreat to inhabit where you are at, as I will do my best to do. So that's what I believe about ideals right now. So I wish you a blessed week, this week of February 7th, 2022, and God bless you. May we prepare for a discovery period during this Lent. Bye now.